Nice storytelling, right? A gift from my dear colleague Rodolfo Nunes from IBM Brazil. As we are in lockdown again here in New Zealand, I'm doing this video while the whole family is at home, so don't be surprised by any noise of washing machines, my girls hijacking my office, dogs barking, or anything like that, okay? I was challenged by a teammate to do a video about his business units at IBM. So I did some research and I guess I'm ready. So let's see how it goes, and I hope you guys really like it, okay, as I really did. In this video, I will share with you 3 little secrets about why IBM LinuxONE is an excellent choice for your digital transformation journey. Secret number 1, reliability. IBM Z systems are best in class for decades. According to the Information Technology Intelligence Consulting Institute survey just from last year, 2020, about OS and hardware reliability, IBM Z achieves what they call a true fault tolerance, experiencing just a bit more than 7 seconds of unplanned per server per annum downtime due to its inherent hardware and component flaws. That's massive, right? Well, I will share the link of the survey so you guys can check all the details. On top of that, the same report says that according to organizations, 1 hour of downtime, it can cost up to $300,000 for them. Many of them, 33% of the respondents, state that their hourly time is in the order of $1 to $5 million of cost to the business. And this is only for one server. Downtime costs can mount quickly and reach up to millions for corporations with dozens of hundreds of highly unreliable servers. Just to compare, in the same charge, few x86 server brands have almost 1 hour of unplanned downtime per server for the same period. The wide-ranging reliability disparities among server platforms are a compelling example of how the least expensive servers can actually cost to the companies more money. The higher-end distributions, which are specifically architected to support reliability with more robust capabilities, work out to be a little bit cheaper. This is the famous TCO versus TCA argument, right? You get what you pay for. Do you remember that old adage of good, fast, and cheap? So you can't have them all, right? So that's why, and by the way, we're not talking about external factors like hacking, data breach, or some catastrophic weather event, just hardware and OS technology piece and what is capable of delivering. Well, you might say, I hear you, bad things can happen. What is the big deal? Well, the impact of downtime in your systems can cause productive disruptions, inability to access mission-critical applications and data, potential for lost, stolen, damaged, destroy, or changed data, revenue losses, failure to complete key transactions within a specific time period, failure to meet regulatory compliance and legal requirements, failure to meet service-level agreements with your users and partners, damage to the corporate brand, heightening the security risks, damage the company's reputation, mainly potential loss of existing customers and new business. About 40% of customers will go to another website to transact if a load takes longer than 3 seconds, with more of the following as the weights increase. Secret number 2, LowTCO and excellent ROI. There's a website where you can run a total cost of ownership, return of investment, and a payback assessment. And it will give you the financial benefits of migrating from x86 to LinuxONE. So make usage of it. I will share the link in the description of the video. For example, I just ran some numbers and the results are pretty impressive. Well, apart from the fact that LinuxONE is way more performatic than any other x86 platform due to its unique architecture based on mainframe, LinuxONE can actually reduce the compute infrastructure costs. 78% less energy consumption, pairing and cooling, 59 less floor space, and guess what? 67% lower software costs. Well, it is easy to imagine lower energy consumption and less floor space, right? So replacing lots of physical machines with just one or two. That's easy to understand. But what about the software licensing? Well, as you probably know, lots of databases and application vendors base their licensing policy on some fraction number related to the system CPU, right? With an IBM LinuxONE system, you can do more workload using less CPU cores, right? Therefore, you end up by using way less software license, and this is money returning directly to your bank account. Awesome, right? So in summary, investment payback on this example that I just said, 17 months. TCO reduced in 46% in 5 years. And the return of investment is about 229%. Pretty impressive, right? Remember that farm tale from the beginning of this video? So yeah, the answer yes, use the horse to do the job. You can do your own simulation with your own data, and so you can get the numbers more like to your environment. Let me show you how. So the IBM LinuxONE TCO calculator is basically to answer the following question: how much could you be saving by migrating your x86 workloads to a LinuxONE platform? So it is just a few questions, such as hardware, workload type, and then the result will be plotted. Get started now. So are you planning to run workloads on the existing x86 environment? So you can say new servers or existing servers. What type of form factor are your servers? So x86, so it can be rack, blade, integrated, converged server, and let's put it like blade servers. A mix of workloads, so we can take a look on the performance as well. I'm trying to replace 10 physical servers. How many processors are in the server? 2 and 24 cores each. Just example, right? So then you can add the servers to the server summary. You continue to answer the question. So what you need is also recovery for the environment. You see that if you click on yes, the result will be way bigger from the return of investment point of view. To keep it simple, let's put it let's leave it like this. Calculate the TCO for over 5 years, and then the tool will start doing the calculation for you. So in this example, your results is just plotted like this. You can download it and deliver to your C-suite board to see how cool and how effective from the financial point of view is. But you have also some information that are more technical. So as I said, you can reduce the energy consumption. As I said, we put in some assumptions here. Put your assumptions while you were doing, and then he will plot some numbers. There are also all the assumptions that we take in place. So take a look on that one. You can go to previous and restart the simulation, or you can go to a customized cost estimate, which is more detailed with your numbers, and also we can do the same type of but way more detailed information assessment. Okay. Secret number 3: container ready. Well, the last secret, not really a secret, is that IBM LinuxONE / IBM Z is the mother of all virtualization platforms. Hold fire, let me explain. Well, a bit of history. IBM invented the hypervisor in the 60s, right? For the mainframe computers. As anybody associated with IT infrastructure, from the cloud solution architects to the data center personnel, would understand and agree cloud computing wouldn't be possible without virtualization, right? So virtualization wouldn't be possible without a hypervisor. So from that one, that's why we call it IBM Z as being the mother of all virtualization platforms. Virtualizations involve a shift in the thinking from the physical to the logical, right? Treating the resources as logical resources rather than separate physical. Using the virtualization in your environments, you will be able to consolidate resources such as processors, storage, network into a virtual environment, which provides some benefits. Consolidation to reduce the hardware costs, optimization of the workloads, and IT flexibility and responsiveness. So IBM is doing what the market calls hyperconverged for more than 50 years, right? So, okay, nothing new here, Bilio. Bear with me. I will get there. Just connecting the dots now, and you will see how it's all part of a big plan and a very smart strategy. Remember, Lou Gerstner, former IBM CEO, made an investment on Linux and open source projects. IBM invested about $1 billion, right? Back 21 years ago. Where more recently, a few years back, we have also invested more than $30 billion to acquire a certain company to help us execute this strategy. Now, as companies began to embrace containers, the simplicity of individual container began fading against the complexity of managing hundreds or even thousands of containers across all distributed x86 systems. To address this challenge, container orchestration emerged, and in a way for managing large volumes of containers throughout their life cycle. This is where I say that Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform is fit for purpose, is the right guy for the duty. From physical partitions to VMs, to thousands of Docker containers, to Kubernetes orchestration, to Red Hat OpenShift Container Platform. I ask you, is there a single platform that supports all and supports all of these in parallel? Thanks to IBM virtualization based on IBM LinuxONE and Red Hat OpenShift, not only all of these are supported, but they are augmented with the enterprise-grade features that all infrastructure needs to have. So, with all that said, that means that you can start modernizing your applications, do all necessary tests while keeping the monolithic ones up and running in the same system, reducing the effort to manage them. See what I mean by saying that IBM LinuxONE and IBM Z are perfect for your digital transformation journey? Okay, as usual, this is only my opinion. This is a point of view. Tell me, does that make sense? If yes or no, I would love to hear. And if it makes sense, you wanna start this journey, start this investigation, just contact me. I'm happy to assist you. If that doesn't make sense, question me so we can come up with a middle-term solution. I truly believe on the technology. I'm happy to assist you on that. Okay? I hope you guys liked this video. It was a long one. Sorry. Stay safe. Kia kaha, matewa.